What's up, everyone? Bill McCafferty here. Today is Friday, January 17th, 2020. Hope everyone's having a great day. I hope everyone had a great week. Hope you're going to finish out the week strong today. Get all those final things situated so you can enjoy your weekend. A lot of people like to work all the time. A weekend is definitely a time where you want to relax, do some things with the family, do some personal things, enjoy yourself, get yourself rejuvenated because Monday will come quick. And like I always say, Monday's the foundation for the week, so you need to be ready to rock on Monday. So like I said last week, I'm going to do a new episode every week, or at least every other week. So today is episode 2 of A Day in the Life of an Asset Manager / Note Investor. So every week when I come on here, I'm going to do a weekend review so you can kind of see what I'm dealing with, what an asset manager, what a note investor deals with on a weekly basis, and what the processes are to kind of keep things moving. So let's do a weekend review here, and then I'm going to go over 2 case studies that I think everybody will enjoy so you can get a true look of what truly goes on. So let's do a review in the week. As of Friday today, I'm managing 117 non-performing second mortgage notes for different clients. I brought in 1 new second mortgage this week for a client to board. Got that all situated, got that underway. Was in contact with 3 new borrowers this week, if that would be through email, through text message, or through the phone. Talked to 3 new borrowers this week. Kind of get that process moving so we can get their loan situated. I also sent out 1 loss mitigation form. What my loss mitigation form is when a borrower calls or reaches out to resolve their delinquent loan, I want to put them through my loss mitigation process to figure out what they can afford and what type of payment plan we can put them on. So my loss mitigation form is a 6-page form. Kind of asks a bunch of questions. It's a review of what they pay out monthly, what's going on in their lives, what actually happened, what their hardship was. And I also require them to send in some financials, some financial documents so we can get a true look. Like I always say, trust but verify. So just want to, really see that they're, that they're trying, that they're working, everything that they're sharing with me is true. So I sent out 1 loss mitigation form. I also received back 2 loss mitigation packages from borrowers. I always let them know it takes about 48 to 72 hours to process. So those loss mitigation packages have been received and they're being processed. Once the loss mitigation forms are processed, I send the borrowers over what I call my borrower payment option form. It's a 2-page form. Gives them 3 payment options and a discounted payoff option. It's just a start. They may choose one of the options or they may not and have their own input. And I try to, meet their needs and figure out what we can do together to get them moving forward to create a win-win for everybody. So I actually sent out 2 borrower option forms to new borrowers this week. I heard back from 1 of them. So we're in the talks right now to figure out what they can afford. And I have not heard back from the other one. I will follow up Monday, sometime next week, see if they reviewed everything and what their thoughts were, what their thoughts are. What else happened this week? I processed and sent out 1 new loan modification. The borrower and I agreed. I put all the documents together, sent that out to the borrower. I usually have that due 2 to 3 weeks out so they can make sure they fill out all the loan mod documents correctly. If we're requiring any down arrearages, any money up front, gives them a little bit of time to make sure they have that and can get that out. I don't like to rush things. I like to make things realistic for a homeowner. I like to give them time so they're not feeling rushed. And, I always say in this business, one of the toughest things to deal with is you need to be patient. You can't force things and you can't rush things. We received back two new loan modifications, two new workouts from borrowers. So I processed them this week, made sure the servicer got the updated documents, the updated terms, so they could update everything in their system. Made sure the borrower got a fully executed copy of their loan modification, their workout document. If there's any foreclosure process going on, I want to make sure the attorney is notified and that they close their file and that they cancel the foreclosure. You know, you always want to make sure you process everything and follow everything through and do what you're telling everybody that you're going to do. We also received a reinstatement from a borrower. The difference between a loan modification and a reinstatement. A loan mod are new terms, new documents we agreed to. A reinstatement, a borrower just fully reinstates their loan. They pay all the back payments. They get caught up and they're just moving forward with their original mortgage, their original note with the original terms, and they're just going to start monthly payments again. There's no new loan modification, no new workout. They just reinstated the loan. They don't happen all the time, but they do happen. So we received a reinstatement this week. I also sent over two files that I received last week that I boarded from a client that we're moving forward with. I sent those two files over to an attorney to send out a legal demand letter. Legal demand letter is a letter to a homeowner letting them know that we own their loan. It's a delinquent loan. Please reach out so we can get this resolved. So that is kind of a review of the 117 files that I'm working as an asset manager. As a note investor, just managing my own portfolio, not a whole lot going on with non-performing loans. Just keeping up on all my re-performing loans, reaching out to any borrowers that are behind or didn't make their payments. Just doing my processes and my systems and managing my stuff to make sure that my portfolio is moving forward. So the two case studies that I want to talk about today is a duplex in Illinois and a single family home in Maryland. So let's go over the duplex in Illinois. We owned a second mortgage on a property with a fair market value of around $350,000. So the property's worth around $350,000. There's a first mortgage on that property of around $300,000, and we owned a second on that property of the loan balance was $74,000. Last payment on that loan was sometime in 2012, so the payoff's higher. There's a bunch of back payments that are owed. But just quick, simple terms, like I said, property worth $350K, $300,000 first, and our second is a $74,000 second. So we bought that loan in 2016. In 2017, after a little bit of the delay with the legal process, we finally started the foreclosure on this duplex in 2017. In 2018, we had a sale set on the property. No contact with the borrower. It was a rental property. It was an investor with a duplex. The investor never reached out to us. So in 2018, we had a foreclosure sale set. We went through that sale. What actually happened was a third party bid at that sale and purchased a property at sale. So when we take a property from the second mortgage position through sale, we're taking it through sale subject to the first mortgage. We don't have to pay off the first mortgage at the sale. We just are responsible now for the first mortgage. The first mortgage has all the rights and they can foreclose on us, but we have a right to deal with the first mortgage and pay on the first mortgage. So when we went through sale in 2018 on this mortgage, the investor that bid at sale did not realize we were a second mortgage. So right after the sale happened, they reached out to our attorney. They wanted to back out of the sale. They put a $20,000 deposit down Their bid on the sale was, I think, around $60,000. So they put a $20,000 deposit down. I think our bid at the sale was around $50,000, subject to the first. When we bid at sale, we can bid anywhere from $1 all the way up to our full payoff. I usually play around with that number to make it intriguing for a third party to bid us out at sale. So that investor wanted to back out. We were okay with it. We just asked them to pay our legal fees, since we had to restart the sale process and reset the sale. So we had a court date set. The judge was okay with it. We sent $13,000 back to the investor. We kept $7,000 to reimburse our legal fees, and then we moved forward with resetting the sale. So it took a while. After months, we reset our sale back in, I believe it was either September or October of 2019. We took it back through sale. Fair market value was up a little bit. The first mortgage was paid down a little bit. We went to sale at a bid of $42,000 on our second, subject to the first mortgage. We were bought out once again by a third party. The third party bid $75,000 at the sale. And since we're actually owed well over $100,000 on our payoff, we're entitled to that $75,000. After letting everything settled in, the third party did want to go through with it. They realized we were a second, and they were buying this thing subject to a first mortgage. So all the dust settled. In December, the judge finally approved everything. The check was issued this week. So next week we will be receiving a check for $75,000 on this deal. Great deal. I'm not going to really share with everybody what we're in this deal at. I'm going to keep that to myself. But believe me, it's a real good deal, and we did real well with it. So that is the duplex case study in Illinois. The second case study is going to be one in Maryland on a single family home. We bought this loan in 2015. Fair market value on the property in 2015 was around $270,000. There was a first mortgage on the property of $280,000. So fair market value around $270. First mortgage was owed $280, and we bought a $34,000 second. In 2015, right after we bought this, we started the foreclosure process. In 2016, the homeowner filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy. When they filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy, there was no equity in the property covering our second, so they did what's called, they filed a motion to strip our lien. Homeowner has a right, if there's no equity covering the second mortgage, they owe more than what the house is worth on the first mortgage. They have a right to ask the courts to strip our second, wipe us out so we can't collect. So that was actually granted in 2016. But what actually needs to happen is the homeowner needs to complete their 3 to 5 year bankruptcy plan. And if they complete the plan, the motion to strip is actually granted and goes through, and we're wiped. So a homeowner fell out of their bankruptcy. It was dismissed in 2017. So when that happened, our second mortgage was not stripped. It's now valid again. So we're back in play. We're still owed our $34,000. And the payoff was a lot higher. The last payment on this loan was 2009. So when the homeowner was dismissed in bankruptcy in 2017, what we decided to do was not start the foreclosure back up, because what was going on in Maryland in 2017 was Maryland was starting to require lenders to get a debt collector's license if they were looking to pursue legal action on homeowners in Maryland. So my client decided not to do that in 2017. So we decided to just sit back, cloud title, and not pursue legal anymore. So some time went by, and in 2018, the homeowner In 2018, we decided to start legal backup because there was a case on a trust in Maryland that basically said, hey, we don't need to be licensed to collect debt in Maryland. Still, there was some confusion. Not everybody was real sure. Some attorneys said you still can't. Other attorneys said you're okay. So we moved forward in 2018 with the foreclosure process again. In 2019, the homeowner filed bankruptcy again. Early 2019, they filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy again. In about a month or two after filing bankruptcy, they did not do what they were supposed to do, so they fell out of bankruptcy right away in early 2019. My client decided not to move forward with legal again after moving forward with the foreclosure process and legal process twice, spending some money. My client just said, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's just sit back, cloud title, and see what happens. So in 2019, we were doing nothing. And then in August of 2019, after owning this loan for over 4 years, the homeowner hasn't paid on this loan since 2009. The homeowner just started sending in monthly payments to the servicer. Over a 4-month period, the homeowner sent in about $2,000. My client told the servicer to accept the payments, even though the payments were still just going towards the back payments, and the homeowner was not current, but was starting to make payments again. So in December, in December, the homeowner reached out and said, hey, I'm making payments again. I sent in $2,000. Can we do a new loan modification so I can bring this loan current and get back on track? So we agreed. I sent over some options to this borrower. Just a few weeks ago, the borrower said, hey, I would like to do this particular option. Last week, I put all the documents together, sent those documents out to the homeowner. So this was a wild one. Bought in 2015, went through the foreclosure process twice. Had a sale set at one time that we had to cancel. Homeowner was in and out of bankruptcy. Filed the motion to have our second stripped at one time. That was granted, but they never completed the plan. So 5 years later, when all settles in, we just agreed to terms with the homeowner. They're going to send us $2,000 up front towards arrears. We're going to defer the rest of the arrears, which is $34,000. We're going to defer that to the back of the loan. The new loan balance is around $33,000. We put that into an interest rate of 7.5%. Their monthly payment is going to be around $273 a month. So when all is said and done, last payment on this loan was 2009. All the horror stories happened. We did a lot of different things. But we stayed patient, we stayed the course, and we're getting a win-win done with the borrower, and everybody's going to win on this one. So I rushed through those 2 case studies, but I really wanted to kind of get everybody a little bit of a glimpse of what truly goes on. This one's running a little longer than 15 minutes. We're approaching 20 minutes here. So, maybe I'm going to just do one case study. Give me some input here. If you like both case studies, if I should just do one case study, if 20 minutes is too long, give me some feedback, comment on my post. This is going to go up on YouTube. It's going to go up on my Facebook page. It's going to go on the Note Fortunes Facebook page. It's going to go on my Note Fortunes coaching page. So, wherever this video lands, please give me likes, give me feedback, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. I hope everyone has a great week. Once again, I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of A Day in the Life of an Asset Manager / Note Investor. And I appreciate everyone and have a great weekend. Thank you.